Hello, hello! The last episode of Poker Face has dropped, and whoa was it a good one! Let's have a look at all the cool details of the episode. Before I go into the whole Iguana thing, let's first quickly deal with our usual friends and family section. You would think that in an episode with mostly returning guest stars, there wouldn't be much to talk about, but you would think wrong. Even though most of them were there to play dead bodies and or be killed swiftly. Adam Arkin, originally famous as not George Clooney in one of the many hospital procedurals that followed the success of ER in the 90s, may not be a familiar face in the Poker Face universe, but he's certainly a familiar name, as he has acted as executive producer in all of season 2 and has directed Fun Favorites, Sloppy Joseph, and One Last Job. And in case you missed him, a quick shout on Steve Earle as the truck driver who isn't good buddy. He's a legendary singer-songwriter with notable appearances on TV shows like The Wire, who, like Natasha Lyonne, is a survivor of heroin addiction. Okay, so to the Iguana. As the show has carefully hinted and the internet has suspected, Alex was the Iguana, the world's best assassin, looking for meaning in her life by trying to fool human lie detector Charlie and in the process fulfill a mob hit. The subterfuge on the identity of the Iguana was kept by Poker Face even in the IMDb credits. This snapshot from before the episode aired is crediting Justin Theroux as playing Iguana/Todd. If you watch the episode suspecting that Alex was the Iguana, as I did, it actually really works. There are several times when Charlie suspects it's all a setup and doesn't really want to go forward, but Alex puts on a sad face and appeals to Charlie's do-gooder side and changes her mind. It's funny how Luca presents Charlie to his superiors as a detecting genius. She really isn't. She usually just stumbles to the solution, often because she's the only one looking. Alex's diversion at the truck stop, for instance, when she stabs a random man in order to get him to react to them, is an example of Charlie not thinking clear. Why would an accomplished assassin randomly start yelling "Oyster Girl" in a diner full of people? Surely it wouldn't be an effective way of catching them, but alas, the adrenaline-soaked Charlie is not able to see through the Iguana's manipulation. And incidentally, what an awesome transition! Bravo, Natasha! What gives Alex away to Charlie, albeit a bit too late, was, as I suspected, the alleged cinnamon allergy. There are several fun touches in Alex's backstory. She has an agent who is a mysterious voice on the phone. She has burner phones and hooks on her kitchen island. She killed a polar bear with her bare hands en route to a panic room in Alaska and used it to decorate her psychopath apartment with a view to, is that the Queensboro Bridge in New York? The Sherlock Holmes theme is first touched in the episode by Luca when he calls Charlie Sherlock Holmes, but then Alex leans into it too. She refers to Charlie as the Sherlock to her Moriarty, and Sherlock Holmes fans will surely remember that in the short story The Final Problem, Conan Doyle decided to kill off both Sherlock and Moriarty by having them meet their ends at the bottom of the Reichenbach Falls. Ultimately, Conan Doyle had to resurrect Sherlock, and so he survived the fall after pressure from fans, and both our Sherlock and Moriarty did survive this fall. The episode was directed by Natasha Lyonne herself and written by Laura Dealey, and we get some very nice shots and plot details. Of course, the to-be-continued shot over the cliff is genius, and brings tears of recognition to every TV watcher that has been shocked by a cliffhanger ending in the past. The overhead shots in Beatrix's home as well were also pretty cool, as was the old-timey filter used throughout the episode. I also loved the use of the little clown in the truck stop diner. Filmed like a classic horror trope, subverted by the fact that it is just a little girl in the middle of the day. Ultimately, the episode ended up on a really sad note. I get it that it makes for better drama if Charlie's on the run, but having a safe life didn't stop Miss Marple or Angela Lansbury from solving tons of mysteries. At least Charlie gets a dog in the end, that we also now have to worry about. And I'm really sad about the Barracuda. It was her home and companion for so long. Where will she keep all her hats and DVDs now? Hopefully we'll get a third season to see how Charlie gets out of this hole, although that hasn't been confirmed yet. The episode had time for a few good jokes in the middle of all the mayhem. When a stressed Charlie jokingly asks the diner waitress for a Xanax, the waitress matter-of-factly says that there's someone in the parking lot selling them with a buy one to get one deal. Sorry to disappoint, there is no Grand Canyon in Indiana, but boy do I want that hat. When Alex wanted to see if she could fool Charlie's lie detector, she asked for the most disgusting beverage they had at the coffee shop, and she was given a butterscotch pumpkin mochaccino. Greenville, Indiana, where Hasp's safe house was located, is really unimpressed with its own existence. Its road sign reads, "Just 2 roads and a handful of houses, twinned with nowhere." Let's congratulate whoever thought to add this joke in the middle of the most tense scene of the episode. Hasp, before being assassinated by the Iguana, was watching Wheel of Fortune, and specifically the episode where Tavares made this bold prediction. And it's only fair that after so much drama, Charlie takes up smoking again. Finally, let's get real nosy. On her laptop, Alex seems to have access to photos from several investigations, and what seems to be Charlie's cloud? Maybe that's an indication of another rat-mole situation that could help Charlie out of her current predicament. Fingers crossed we'll find out. By the way, the photo of Charlie that they used to disprove Luca at the agency's meeting is from episode 2 back in Florida, which means that the FBI has been keeping tabs on Charlie for quite a while. And that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the ride as much as I did. If you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing. As always, thank you for watching.